Hello everybody and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt and on today's episode, yes, you guessed it, it's Monday, so we are talking Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 2, Stormborn. Took me a second to remember the name. Okay, so let's just talk about what just happened at the end of that episode. I mean, holy crap, Euron Greyjoy. Calm down, like, okay. So, we get that big sea battle that was kind of expected. I was not expecting it to happen so fast in the season, but it did. You get Euron bringing, obviously, both Yara and, oh god, what's her name? Alaria. Yara and Alaria, Sand, possibly to Daenerys as his gift to her. So who knows how she's gonna react? Probably very happy. She's probably gonna murder Alaria Sand very quickly. Who knows, with Yara, maybe use her as some sort of bait for the Iron Islands or something? I don't know. No clue. Maybe Euron. No, Euron wants her dead. I'm actually surprised that it was not a scene or a shot of Euron slicing her throat open as Theon watched. And also, Theon, really, you deserted. Like, come on. Where's the redemption? We've been waiting for Theon Greyjoy. I thought that's what this season was going to be about, is Theon redeeming himself and then eventually being killed at the end of the season. That's what I thought we were going for. Also, we are 2 sand snakes down. I mean, geez, like, that's rough. There's only one left, I think. Also, can we talk about just how great that small little battle was? I mean, it was not the longest battle scene we've ever seen on Game of Thrones, obviously, but it was, like, awesome. The moment you see Euron Greyjoy and just the way it was shot was just so much fun, and Yara was such a badass, and Theon was actually doing quite well for himself there until he deserted. That was kind of rough. I enjoyed the scene a lot, and you know what? I still like Euron. I really do. He's gonna die an ugly death, and he's gonna be terrible, but I enjoy his character. He's fun. I like the leather pants. But let's be real, Dany's not going to be very happy, and that brings us to what we opened on, which was the storm, just like how Dany was born, Stormborn. That's the title of the episode. Anyway, it kind of starts with them plotting a little bit with their little inner circle, and she tries to go after Varys, and for a second there, I was not for that, because I'm a big fan of Varys. Varys is just like, he's not trustworthy, but he is trustworthy. Like, it's not like Baelish where you just know you're just gonna die with him by your side. Varys, I actually trust. Especially when you're dealing with Targaryens, because I know in the books he is actually like Targaryen, like that's my bro kind of thing going on. And I thought that she was gonna send Varys away, and then Varys got that really nice speech, and I was like, as long as we got that speech and everything's okay, we're good. We're good. But I did not like how Dany went up to him like that. I did not like that at all. And then, of course, it leads into this sort of like war council meeting where you have Lady Olenna there, you have Alaria Sand there, you have Yara Greyjoy and Theon Greyjoy, and then, of course, all of Dany's guys. And that was an interesting scene. I liked seeing her plans for the first time. She doesn't want to rule a kingdom of ashes, or whatever the saying is that she took out of Tyrion's mouth, which was nice little nod there, and Tyrion felt very, not vindicated, but very just like useful, which I love, God, they gotta give Peter Dinklage something more though, because, he hasn't really had a lot of meat to chew on this last season and a half. But in Daenerys Plans, we finally get to know that she's trying to cut off King's Landing with the Dorne to the south, and then Highgarden and all of them also trying to, surround them, starve them out, and just try to take over for Cersei instead of just attacking everybody and killing everybody like some other people would do Cersei. Anyway, that's not really going to happen now that, Yara Greyjoy and the Sand Snakes and Alaria Sand, they're either dead or captured. Like, that's a big little hitch in there, and who knows what Lady Olenna's going to do now. And then in the next episode or two, we're going to get the battle on Casterly Rock with the Unsullied and all of the Lannister people. And how is that going to happen? Like, are they going to lose that? And it kind of makes me feel like we're gonna lose that because we got that scene with Grey Worm and Melisandre where they finally did it, confessed their love for each other, which was sweet, but also just kind of like, yeah, okay, you know, like they have like the nicest romance in Westeros or Essos or the whole world of it all, and you know, it wasn't needed. Like, I didn't need to see that whole sex scene. I would have liked it if there was like a kiss and like an understanding between them. But you know, this is Game of Thrones, so you get to see some boobs. But that worries me and makes me think that maybe we're not going to be seeing a lot of Grey Worm, which is very sad because I think he's just like a solid member of Dany's force, and I think that would really affect Dany as well. Like, that would be a tough loss. Oh, you know who also showed up in Dragonstone was little Melisandre, which, you know, I don't appreciate her too much. Like, it was great that she brought Jon Snow back to life, and, you know, it was great that she's trying to align the North and the South. That's really nice. Dany and Jon. This is also hearing Daenerys say Jon Snow's name is almost just like a triumph in itself for some reason, which I found very just like so strange. And it was also like this really nice thing with Tyrion, like, I trust him, like I rode north with him to the wall, and it was such a nice callback to the first couple episodes of the whole series and Tyrion and Jon's sort of weird friendship that developed in those times, and this sort of just like respect that they earned for each other by the time that Tyrion left the wall. So I thought that was a great callback, and I liked that he still has faith in Jon Snow. So they sent off a raven. They're trying to get Jon Snow to bend the knee to Dany, which Dany, okay, calm yourself. Like, you need to hold on a little bit. So then we go up to the north where they are trying to decide whether or not Jon Snow should go down there and partner up with the Targaryens. Sansa says no, and I think she's got a bit of a point, because the last time a Stark was invited to the realm of Targaryen, it was a trap, and that guy died, and Sansa brought that up in front of everybody. But this was after Jon got the news that there were dragons there. Dragons kill White Walkers because of the fire. And after the news of Samwell Tarly, clutch position there, sending his raven about the mountain of Dragonglass, and Dragonglass also kills White Walkers, and they need that. They want to mine that. And so he decides, without telling her, that that's going to happen, and announces it to the entire room. So there again, we get a nice little fight between Sansa and Jon, which, you know, I kind of love, but I kind of hate. But it ended in this really sweet moment where Jon entrusted the whole North to Sansa. And it's this nice little thing where, like, yeah, they're two sides of the same coin where they can bicker, but together they're stronger and they understand and respect each other. And they know that, you know, Jon has this thing with the North and the White Walkers, but Sansa has been dealing with the politics of King's Landing for so long that she understands that more, and if either neglect the other side, we're gone. So they need to work together, and I think they do. And also, I really appreciated, first off, I really appreciated Brienne's little smile when Jon said that Sansa was taking over. Also, there was that scene with Peter Baelish and Jon Snow in the crypts of Winterfell. That was just magnificent, I must say. I don't like Peter Baelish. I cannot believe he's not dead yet. If he's not dead by the end of this season, I'm going to be really pissed, because I don't see him as being like a thing to really help with the White Walkers, considering in his mind the only thing that matters is getting on the Iron Throne. And I don't even think that he loves Sansa. He's obsessed with Sansa, but that's not love. So yeah, don't try to tell Jon that you love Sansa as much as you loved Catelyn. Also, when he brought up Catelyn and how much he didn't like Jon Snow, Jon's face was priceless. It was like this look of like supreme annoyance that was just, oh, I could bathe in that scene. I loved it so much. And then when Jon just choked out Peter Baelish and said that he shall never touch Sansa, his sister, I liked the protectiveness there. I don't know if they're leading to that wild and crazy theory of Sansa and Jon being married since they're just cousins and not actually brother and sister. Who knows where that's going? I don't think it's there, but some people might think that. I liked this sort of protectiveness, especially when they were the two siblings that did not get along at all. And speaking of the Starks, Arya Stark. I liked her scenes quite a bit actually. The first one, she was in a little tavern. Guess whose tavern? Hot Pies. Love Hot Pie. God, when he just shows up, it just like puts a smile on my face. I really enjoy it. I think it's such a nice callback to the awesomeness of season 2? I think it was season 2 or 3, where they were all together with Gendry, and it's also a nice little tie back to Gendry because we know he's showing up this season, probably in the last episode because, you know, Game of Thrones just likes to piss us off. Anyway, we get a Hot Pie and Arya scene, and I just think it's so funny that he keeps calling her Ari, and like there's this weird like friendship between them, but they haven't seen each other in like a long time. And it's Hot Pie that tells Arya that the Boltons no longer own Winterfell. It is Jon Snow, the King of the North, and Arya's realization on her face, and she was like, holy shit, I gotta get to Winterfell. And she just rides off, and then she's in the woods, and then there's a pack of wolves around them, and Nymeria's there, and Nymeria is like huge. I don't know if that means like, you know, Macy Williams is just really small, so it makes him look bigger, but I'm pretty sure that's the biggest wolf we've seen. Is it because it's been like out in the wild and not domesticated like Ghost or like Summer or like the other one, Grey Wind? But we're seeing Nymeria again, right? Like they're gonna come off and like save Arya, even though she doesn't really need saving, let's be real. She's probably gonna save Nymeria. But if we don't see another reunion, like I'm gonna be pissed, and I cannot wait. I'm assuming in the next episode she's going to get to Winterfell because time is going a lot faster with the traveling these days. And we're going to see Arya and Sansa together, even though Jon Snow already left. And then Bran's going to come, but Bran can't tell Jon that he's actually also a Targaryen, not just a Stark. And then what if Jon Snow meets the dragons at Dragonstone? Like, is there going to be like a thing where it's like, oh, I think I'm connected to these dragons? I have no clue. I don't know. Are they just trying to like up the ante every episode with Sam and the grossness? Like last week we get the bowel stuff and oh god, I don't want to think about it. This week we get to see him trying to save Jorah by cutting off his grayscale, close up of the scales and the pus coming, and then transition into somebody eating a chicken pot pie. I literally watched that scene with my mouth open. It's disgusting. I kind of like this whole pairing between Sam and Jorah. I think that's really nice. They're two characters that I really never thought they would ever meet up when we first met them. But, hello, we gotta save Jorah first of all. And I don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna try to sneak him out and give him down a dragonstone so he can like swallow some dragon glass? Or is this whole like remedy thing gonna work? No clue. Sam's gonna get kicked out of the Maester School though, right? Like he's not going to Old Town for very long because they're gonna fire him. He's terrible at following the rules. Or they're gonna promote him because who knows, the Maesters might actually like that. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It was way more action-packed than I thought it was gonna be and had these really nice reunions that I really loved. And you know, I'm just very happy with how this season's going so far. And next episode, I'm thinking we're getting some more Stark reunions. And also, do you think that we're gonna get Jon Snow and Dragonstone already? Or is it gonna be like another episode before we get that? But I mean, we're like, okay, the next episode hits and we're already almost halfway through, like just under halfway through. So I feel like they're gonna go to Dragonstone next episode, right? Right? Okay, I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. What are your thoughts on episode 2 of season 7 of Game of Thrones? Also, subscribe to my channel. Every Monday I do a Game of Thrones review. Wednesday and Thursday I do other reviews. So, you know, if you want to see them, click that button. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye!